Hello, all you people out there. TV land. I'm Isabella.
And I'm Ulalama.
And we're here to present to you the Clap TV 2012 election special.
It's a very special occasion.
Oh yes, so exciting.
Oh yeah, I got too excited and had to take some tranquilizers, and now I can move my tentacles.
Oh my goodness, then how are you going to vote?
Oh yeah, no, I'm not eligible to vote in this diamond country anyway.
Yes, that's right, but the rest of you have no excuse. I know it's a lot of hard choices.
But don't worry, we're here to help you.
That's right. We're going to be hitting the streets to talk to the man who has the most at stake in this election.
The man on the street.
And we'll be talking to these street people very shortly. But first, let's get the expert opinion.
So, what about this third candidate that nobody's talking about?
Well, I don't think people want to grapple with the enigma of the mummy.
Right. I mean, the strengths and weaknesses of the other two candidates are well known. The werewolf could kill the vampire by dragging him into a crossroads and trapping him there until sunrise. Whereas the vampire, to kill the werewolf, he would need silver bullets.
Well, except that vampires can't shoot guns.
Right, so he'd need a silver dagger.
Well, couldn't he also throw the bullets with the same force as a gun, so that they act as if they're a gun?
Yes, but we're talking about the mummy right now.
Okay.
And the thing is, nobody knows what his strengths and weaknesses are. We don't even know what powers he has.
Yeah, I don't think people know quite what he's going to do.
Right. And that's the reason why I think he could win this thing.
The election is very interesting as an example of human behavior. All those people doing stuff, when each of the opposing parties is taken as a whole, it's almost like a complete personality.
Well, you know, some people think the entire thing is being controlled by a tiny group of invisible puppeteers.
But that sounds so boring. Certainly nobody I know would want to do a thing like that.
Well, you know, that's just what some people say.
Oh, right. People.
The American people are going to be facing a lot of hard choices in the coming year. None of these choices, however, is as hard as the choice which faces us in the upcoming year. Mugwambi or Mugwimba.
But what about Mugwimbo?
Mugwimbo's a bimbo.
Why?
Well, you know, I would have thought Swamp Thing would have had a good chance of winning, but he didn't choose Constantine as his running mate. And if he would have done that maybe 3 months before, he could have had it in the bag.
Yeah, well, you're always the one to go for a Ragin' Cajun.
I've met workers in Detroit and Toledo who feared they'd never build another American car. Man, I am too high. Now, people in the shadow of the path I'm offering, we are forever slipping away. And I'm asking you to choose that future.
May God bless all who serve and all who have served. Civil society is higher now from despair, and it's the role we must play.
And together, I promise you, we can out-educate and out-compete any nation on earth. Their spirit defines us. And today they can help me, so help me. Help me face Michelle and depression.
Last month, our nation was attacked again. A U.S. ambassador and 3 of our fellow Americans are dead. It's a privilege to be at an institution that abandons our friends to discouragement. The world must never see any daylight.
Is time travel here all the way to ancient Egypt? invocation.
Excuse me, sir. I'm with Clef TV. Who are you voting for?
No question about it. I'm going to vote for the mummy.
The mummy!
Mummy all the way, baby.
We've got to vote for Obama even though he's a tyranny, because if Romney wins, he will castrate Ziggy Marley on national TV.
Shit, man, I vote for more Tweek.
So tell me, have you been following the election coverage?
Yeah, well, this is actually very important to me. I would be following the election coverage, except I've been way too busy buying silver bullets, like all of you should be, because we know that the werewolf is going to make them illegal if he gets reelected. Thank you. That's all I have to say.
That's interesting.
The real reason Romney is running for president is so he can blot out the sun, and thus finally walk the earth by day.
I've been following the election coverage very closely, because I too am running for president. And unlike all of the other candidates, I'm not planning on castrating anyone on the front steps of the White House when I'm elected. I am not a castrator. I don't castrate people. I used to.
I'm not gonna vote in this year's election.
Why not?
Because I'm not real. I'm nothing more than a figment of your imagination.
If Obama gets elected, we'll all be playing the crying game.
We need a president who's not afraid to get wild, to get wicked, to get wet. Romney wouldn't dare get wet. He's afraid of water.
If Romney gets elected, he's gonna murder art.
Obama could have destroyed art the moment he came into power, but instead he chose to let it die a slow, painful death.
A candidate known as Barack Obama is actually a colony of insects living in a costume of Barack Obama.
Obama's second term will usher in a wave of psychedelic violence, and a new race will be born, a stronger race, a race that will come forth from the ruins.
If you don't vote for the mummy, you're a dummy.